to English Impulse, the podcast for English learners and, well, basically everyone.
And welcome to our section on well-being today, where we dive into our physical, emotional, social, and work well-being which affect us daily. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about well-being and the weather.
Really, Annie? The weather? Are we that desperate for ideas?
Well, it's not just the weather, it's the weather and how it affects our mood.
So, are you saying, Annie, when I complain about the rain, I'm actually discussing psychology?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Complaining about the weather is practically an international hobby.
Well, it is.
And it reflects how we feel. And I've got some fun facts about the weather and mood.
Yeah, so it's not just small talk in the lift. So, okay,
right.
Go for it.
Okay, first one. Sunshine can actually change your brain.
That sounds dramatic.
It's true. Sunlight helps your body produce serotonin, which makes you feel happier.
So that's why you suddenly become a nice person in the summer.
Exactly. It's like a temporary personality upgrade. But don't forget, too much heat can also make people very irritated.
Yes, and that reminds me of a film where Michael Douglas is the star. I think it's called Falling Down, and he just snaps in Los Angeles in traffic during a heat wave, and then he embarks on this violent rampage, all to get to his daughter's birthday. Talking about the effect of mood swings
right,
during
there you
a
go,
heat
there
wave.
you go.
Okay, extreme example, but I don't know why, but I really like that film.
Okay, I will have to put it on my list.
Do.
Okay, so yes, we can safely say that weather can affect your mood, and there's actually like a real condition called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD.
Sad. That's a very cheerful name.
No, it's not. But it's quite common that people feel like really low in winter because there's less sunlight. And actually, This is like a real issue in Chicago where we have just, really long, difficult winters that can last from October to February, March.
Yeah.
So it's quite common there for people to have this disorder, SAD.
Exactly, it's like in northern Europe as well. In some countries where they live in darkness for most of the winter, and they need this artificial light to try and make them feel a bit happier.
Well, actually, people in my family actually have this little it's like in their house, this like little light that they can put on for like 15 minutes every morning, and they call it the happy light.
Okay,
yeah,
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Can you use it anytime?
Yeah,
can you use it in the summer?
I imagine so.
Well, the fact is you don't really need it in the summer, do you?
Yeah, hopefully you just go outside and get the light from the sun,
But lack of light, again, can change our mood. It's not just the rain and the cold. It's the lack of light, I think, that affects our mood most.
That's right.
So, I don't know, and it's no wonder when it's grey and rainy, you just feel like staying in bed.
Yeah, that's super common. I mean, cloudy weather can make people feel tired or even a bit sad as well. But hey, rain can also make you more creative.
Really? I just thought it made me lazy.
Well, the whole concept of like fewer distractions, more focus.
Yeah, I suppose. It makes sense.
Right?
Like sunny days, everyone suddenly becomes nicer.
Well, yeah, that's right.
I have to admit though, sometimes I do like rain. Maybe it's because I'm Irish, and a soft day in Ireland usually means it's lightly raining but all day long.
Yeah, rain can be really relaxing. You can stay at home and really read a book and listen to the rain. It doesn't always mean sadness for people. Sometimes it's very calming, and I'm one of those people that finds heavy rain really calming. In Chicago, we would have these terrible storms, like tornado watches, and This was just part of my childhood. So these heavy storms, when they hit here, for me, it's like comforting. It's like home.
Well, I think, I get that, because sometimes listening to the rain, it can become nostalgic, and usually it brings back when you were like tucked up in your bed and listening to the rain and the wind howling outside.
Oh yeah. I have very clear memories of this as a child.
So weather does depend on the person.
Exactly, and also on the situation.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so let's teach our listeners a few useful expressions, because there are so many expressions around weather.
Yeah, there definitely are.
Okay, so first, for example, it's pouring down, and that means it's raining heavily.
Or, more colloquially, you can say it's chucking it down, it's lashing it down, it's bucketing it down. Or, as you've probably all heard, it's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, but I'm not sure anyone actually uses that expression anymore.
Probably not that common nowadays, but unfortunately, like a lot of idioms, they're slowly disappearing. But I still use them.
Yeah.
And they definitely make you sound more fluent.
Yeah, that's very true. Another weather expression can be it's boiling, or it's roasting, or it's scorching, all meaning that it's very hot.
And then when it's really cold, it's freezing, or it's brass monkeys, which is short for it's so cold it would freeze the balls of a brass monkey.
Okay, wait. Okay, listeners, I should just explain here. You may already know this, but in English, we are very exaggerative. We like to exaggerate things, no? So when we say that it's freezing outside, we just mean it's really cold. It may not actually be freezing. And if we say it's boiling, it may not actually be boiling, it just means it's very hot.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very difficult to try and freeze brass.
That's very true. That's very true. Okay, give us another one, Claire.
Okay, here's one. Come rain or shine, meaning no matter what happens. So I say to you, Annie, I'll be here tomorrow at 10 o'clock, come rain or shine.
That's right. It means I can depend on you.
Yes,
right?
you can.
Okay, one of my favorites is every cloud has a silver lining. And it means that every bad situation has like a positive aspect to it. Now, the important thing here is because it's a long phrase, a long expression, we usually just say every cloud and everyone knows what I'm saying.
And that's actually, if you do that, that kind of gives you that edge with your fluency.
Yeah, you sound very native.
Yeah.
Right? So every cloud and everyone knows what I mean.
Okay, that's a good one. Another one, to be under the weather.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, meaning I'm not feeling so great. No, I'm feeling under the weather today.
Yeah. Another one of my favorites is when it rains, it pours. And this is common in like a situation where something negative happens, but then a whole bunch of negative things also happen at the same time.
Yeah, not very chirpy.
No,
How about
no.
this one? To weather the storm.
That's good.
Which means like to survive a difficult situation.
Well, we certainly have weathered this podcast storm.
Yes, we have. And Annie, you haven't managed to steal my thunder.
And how does that make you feel, Claire?
Well, I'm on cloud 9, actually.
And that's how we hope you all feel after listening to us today. Do try and use these expressions in your day-to-day.
Even if it's a storm in a teacup.
Take advantage of every opportunity to improve your fluency. Make hay while the sun shines.
Yes, and remember, the weather doesn't just change the sky, it changes us too.
And that, talking about the weather, is not so boring.
It's actually quite meaningful.
Exactly. So, thanks for listening.
And remember, whatever the weather,
Always look on the bright side.
bye.